Hello and welcome to the Rainbow Six Pro League, the #1 place for competitive Rainbow Six esports on the Xbox One. I am your host, Jonathan, Johnny Streams Ross, and tonight we have the Monday matchup for Week 2 of our fall season. Decadence Esports versus Regime GG. We are playing Villa. And that is, Decadence, starting off on attack with the Regime, having their first 5 rounds on defense. A defense-heavy map, the third time Bill has been played this season, and the defense has won both times previously. So we'll see if that trend continues, or if we've got some better strats coming out from the attacking end. Blitz being banned, taken off the board by Regime. So Decadence, being on attack first, will have to crack a very tough defensive map with probably some of the best defensive sites in the game. Taking a long time to decide this ban is Decadence. The next ban will be Hibana. So that will be one hard breacher off the board. That leaves Thermite, who is the most prevalent hard breacher on this map. However, taking off the Hibana ensures that you can't open up everywhere that you want to, or the attackers can't. Echo will come off the board on the defending end. And Regime GG will be deciding who they've got for defense. They do not want to face. That will be Clash. So pretty standard bans from both teams. No mirror ban, surprisingly, actually. Generally, you would want a mirror ban over the Clash. That will allow mirror to be played. And especially on that Aviator Games site, that'll be a tough one to go against. Blackbeard, Lion, Thermite. Seeing a little bit at Monty. Yep, the toxicity is coming out. Finka, that works too, man. A little bit toxic from the attackers. However, Maestro, Kavira, there's the mirror coming out on Hydra. Jaeger and Bandit. Again, it'll be a tough nut to crack, especially with the Mira still in play. Paralysis will switch from the Finka onto the Monty. And we're going to get a switch off of Cav. Potentially. Maybe for another off of Cav, right back onto her. Ova just really wanted to use that 6 pick.
Protect your bombs from being defused
so,
by attackers.
Aviator Games will be the first site defended by Regime GG. The mirror will be placing mirrors, it looks like, on the far east and far south sides of that corner, as opposed to putting them both in the middle. It really can go either way. It's personal preference. Also depends on what operators you have. With the setup that they have, there's no real ACOG to deny the long angle from all the way back in vault, or sorry, just outside of vault, to that window on the southeast side. Attackers will be coming from the north, as per usual, making sure that the roam game gets shut down. Saganova. Or Sage Nova. Yep, I did that right. Sage Nova sitting in a memorial room with 4 anchors on the site, or close to at least. Droning out, as is very, very necessary on Villa, is Decadence. Wonder if they'll find this Caveira sitting downstairs. Looks like they're just droning out the top floor as they shield of paralysis and Linux move up through astronomy and start their assault onto the site. Sage Nova, like he's going to be going for those astronomy stairs. This is a little bit of an early flank. The attackers still just have moved their way through the astronomy room. Nemo's still sitting right outside of it. This would be an early start, but a good one to try and catch. He's got 3 attackers on their drones. Sage Nova, he will encounter a Claymore, so we'll have to be real quick about taking this out. They don't know he's there as they move up, take full control of 90's hallway. And I guess that Thatcher charge was just too far away, couldn't get the bandit wire. However, that wall will be opened. Sage Nova is found attempting to flank, so they will hold angles on him. He'll be forced to rotate. Trixt taking out 2 with a Nitro as Sage Nova is taken out by the Blackbeard. Trixt with a nice Nitro into the 90's hall as the attention has been diverted towards the back. Nemo will take out Uncle. And Wezzy Banks will find the head of Nemo coming on a little bit of a flank, and he will take out Linux as well. It's 1v3, all down to the Blackbeard. Blackbeard knows that there's 190s, however, or thinks that there's 190s. However, Linux is backed, or Wezzy Banks is backed off, sorry. Just keep on baiting this Blackbeard in. They've got the angles peeking the Blackbeard widely. Klizmic will take advantage of not a great play there by Wezzy. 1v2 with 15 seconds remaining in the round.
15 seconds left.
Klizmic's going to move his way into the vault.
10 seconds left.
He's going to have to peek to his right, and Hydra will find his head from the Aviator bomb site. Nice little pre-fire there. That first round will end up going to Regime GG. Good defense there. A nice attack there. Not one that's tried very often. Onto that second floor site. Going for the 90's hallway vault push. The issue there was flanks. Wezzy Banks being allowed to move up that 90's hallway. A good Nitro from Trixt. Easily shut down 2 people trying to move into the vault. And while Sage Nova was found out pretty quickly on the Caveira, he took attention away from that 90's hallway that allowed Wezzy to move up. Net himself 2 kills and an assist, winning Regime GG the round. You'll see fairly similar lineup. Valkyrie will be brought out instead of Caveira, and a Rook will be used instead of a Maestro. So Plant Denial is gone with the exception of the 2 Nitros and maybe a last-second goo mine. Good deny a plant. And, ooh. Trix will lose a lot of his life. He's going to go and fall down a lot. A lot of health. It's the Rook's impact grenade. Was Uncle, he'll be dropped to about 85 as well. Not a great start. They might go for a reset on Trix, but it looks like it's about 35. Gonna be making, that's a pretty nice hole right there. In that little trophy room. Cabinet. So we'll see what kind of attack
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
is going to come to fruition. We'll see. Don't think we have a lot of roamers with the exception of, well, Sage Nova and Uncle are both far off-site. That's surprising that Uncle is off-site. Usually you'd want those ACOGs to peek across the main balcony and just a quick push in a bedroom. Decadence will... Oh, every single member of Decadence, well, Paralysis will hop off, but 4 drones out. All 5 drones now being used, making sure that this is clear, and they're just going to hop into master bedroom. So the roam game will be the roam game of the Valkyrie and the Rook will be detrimental to the defenders. Paralysis gonna move his way up into bathroom with drones ahead of him. The Jaeger playing behind boxes in astronomy will be the first resistance the attackers encounter. Land charge going off as he hops into bathroom, pre-firing that angle, missing the Jaeger's head by a lot. The Jaeger missing his head. Oh, sorry, not by a lot, just by a bit. The Jaeger missing his head as well. Sage Nova's able... No, he's not going to move in yet. It's going to be a quick breach. An attempted nitro will be wasted as the defenders have moved back towards site. Nice pick there by Linux. Onto Wezzy Banks, that's the Jaeger. Still watching the stairs. No one there, however. Wezzy Banks lags out. Well, I hope he can reconnect, or we might need a rehost. The Monty, seeing all, pushing really far up into statuary. He's got people with multiple angles. Classic will take out Hydra, but will also take out Salter, his teammate Tristic. Will take out Linux, and the defuse will go down. The Monty with two members of Regime in front of him. Nemo will be downed. It's all down to the Monty and the Blackbeard. Reg Uncle will take out Paralysis with the pistol. Klizmic gets flanked. He will be taken out. Good retake there by the defenders. And that will be the round. Regime GG. The very good fast retake. Even though one nitro being wasted. Just a lot of crossfires coming out. Maybe a team kill there. Onto Salter from Klizmic. May have cost the round. Yep, we are going to have to do rehost. So, we'll be right back. Should we get this rehost going? Come on, Ubisoft. You can do it. Oh boy. An error. We gotta get this thing going. Come on now. There we go. Alright, we'll get the teams back in here real quick. Alright, I'm inviting you guys back. Yep, no problem. That is the rehost. Used, by the way. Good team, good team. Yeah. Alright. So, where were our bands? Alright, Blitz, Hibana, Echo Clash, yep. Alright. You all good? As far as getting people in the game? Alright. Good luck. Alright, so far we've got a 2-0 lead for the defenders, as has happened every other time Villa's been played. That's the trade-off. If you go to Villa, you know you're going to be going against some real tough defenders. Send them another invite just in case. So it looks like we got most members of Decadence in here. Regime with the 2-0 lead. Once they get back into the game, we'll have one more site, likely the kitchen site. There we go. To defend until they can go back upstairs to either Aviator or Trophy. A well played match by both teams so far. The attack putting up a good fight, being able to get the diffuser down in that statuary room. However, just an excellent retake by the defenders. The attackers, their post plant holds were not terrific, just not great angles being held at all. Easily crossfired by the defenders. That is what lost Decadence the round. That was a very new strategy, coming up through 90 and pushing just the vault. It didn't happen to work that time, but we'll see if Regime gets the chance to go back to Aviator games. We'll see if that same strategy is employed by Decadence. That was a lot of their attention was lost to the Caveira. That allowed that Jaeger to come up and get a double kill, as well as a good nitro from Trisic, from, I don't know what to call that, Trisics, whatever. We'll be able to hop right back in. Kind of, yeah, just a very good nitro. Maybe a little bit of an overextension from the Monty and whoever was behind him into the vault. Maybe try and bait that nitro out next time. Maybe make sure the nitro is off the board or not looking, and allow yourself to move into the vault. But that is a very good strategy. If you can get the Monty in there and you can hold the flanks from 90's hallway, that's definitely a very different strategy. And potentially a successful one. Going down to the dining room is Regime. Looking for their third defensive win in a row. The Ying will be brought out to Kebi and Lion. So making sure that he's going to switch off the Dokebi, but still making sure that roamers are not an issue. Sage Nova has been doing an excellent job. He's actually going to switch from Caveira to mute this time. However, Wezzy on the Jaeger, also a potential roaming threat. Monty will be played by Paralysis once again. Decadence seems to really like running that Monty. Thank you once again to the Salty Gamers for sponsoring this fall season of Rainbow Six Siege Pro League Xbox. Sponsorship is much appreciated. Everyone go give them a follow on Instagram, and I believe it is the Salty Gamers Live on Twitch TV.
Attackers need to
They're also on Twitter, yes. So we'll see what kind of defensive site setup there is. It's odd not using a Mira. or the kitchen site. Generally, you'd want a mirror facing into Memorial Hall, and potentially one facing into that closet right there. But nothing doing. Well, that actually does really surprise me. That wall is soft for right now, too. This could be a fairly easy take from the south side of the map for the attackers.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
They are coming from the north side, with the exception of Salter, as per usual. But if they read this defense well, then they could easily push Memorial Hall as... Well, they've got it mostly reinforced. There's still that soft wall, and you have... Uncle's going to castle that off. You do also have a thermite to pop that open. They're going to try and hold this from Memorial Hall. They're going to solidify that. Sage Nova. Solidify that Memorial Hall defense. Sorry. Sage Nova. Roaming downstairs on the mute. We'll move back up onto the first floor of those red stairs. The Lion Charge will come out and attempt a Nitro as the mute thinks they're upstairs still. Sage Nova's going to retreat all the way back through Piano Room into Art Studio near main lobby. And everyone droning ahead of this Monty. Salter. They are going to attack from the back. They're actually going to attack the site from the back stairs. That will also be a new kind of strategy. Just pushing this one little doorway. It looks like, yeah, you've got this one doorway. They are going to use the thermite and open this. Attacking from stairs. So Decadence with some good new strats to attack this villa and these different sites. Paralysis. Standing on those back stairs. His team droning ahead of him, just waiting for any kind of push. Paralysis. Like, almost tagged by a Monty right there. Or, sorry, by a Maestro. Second Lion Charge is going to be used. No real push is going to come out. Smokes going to deny that. Salter. He will take out Wezzy and move into sight. There's no real contention onto the B site, with the exception of the Maestro behind the table. Maestro's going to retreat. He will be flashed by the Ying charges. Ying watching flank Salter, covering the defuse as it goes down. Nemo carrying that one out, and the castle barricades now working against the defenders on 4v4. Salter's going to take out Reg Uncle. The Lion taking a lot of damage. However, he will finish off Uncle and Hydra. Linux taking out Trist. Sage Nova being taken out by Nemo. That round ended very fast. Nemo just watching that castle barricade. That hole open next to it, sorry. For the final kill. Very good attack there. Attacking from the stairs with only one man in the B site. Able to push up the Monty and have some covers of the plant. Very good attack there. However, going back up to Aviator Games is Regime GG. See if they what kind of defense they can throw together. Maverick will be taken by Salter, and Capcan coming out from Uncle. Hydra will be on the mirror once again, trying to deny any entry at all into that into study. Six pick from Capcan onto the Maestro. So Uncle will have cams inside of each site to attempt to deny. Deny the plant.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Assuming we've got pretty much a stock setup of this site with the mirror, the Maestro, and the Bandit. The big question will be where Sage Nova roams this time. So I believe, yeah, that was Regime GG who already used their rehost.
5 seconds left.
Hydra just waiting for any potential Twitch runs to set up Mira's. Nothing doing. This time Sage Nova will be hiding inside of the walk-in. He will likely be droned out. Yep, you got 3 attackers pushing up into the bedroom, and likely all 3 will be on drones in a little bit. Sage Nova, ooh, turning on his cloak, so they know he's nearby. They're just gonna sit in the area for long enough for his ER7 to run out, and he will be found out trying to run towards the mirror, or sorry, towards the window. Will be taken out by Paralysis, who quickly moves his way inside of Statuary. Next target for the attackers will be 90s hallway. No one playing there, and likely a push to try and put that same thermite charge down. With the drone going ahead of him, this is a much quicker take. Salter will take out Maestro Cam with his breaching torch. The thermite now moving up into Statuary will be taking out that wall soon. Picking that, yes, the attack is coming from the same side. The attackers, or sorry, defenders, just waiting for the attackers to make their move. Thermite charge going on the wall. Lion. Thermite charge not going on the wall. Sorry, they're going to Maverick that. Not sure what that Lion charge was for. Some wasted utility there. As Wesley Banks. A nice kill onto Salter. Using the mirror to his advantage. On an attempted peek of the main window. That's Klismic now. As the Blackbeard. So he'll have a little more survivability. Linux will open up B bomb site. The attackers have a nice pinch here. And Jaeger, Wesley Banks, will be taken out by the Lion. Linux just losing about 40 of his health. Just angles being held by the attackers with 52 seconds to work with. Still plenty of time. Trisix waiting to throw his Nitro Cell out. And a nice peek there as the Thatcher is downed. The Lion Charge will go out from that Maverick hole. Linux looking to pick up his teammate of Paralysis. They don't know that he's downed. Klismic will move his way up inside of Study. And Nemo's worked his way all the way into the B site. Plant going down. Reg Uncle with a double, and Hydra taking out one. 3 straight kills from Regime GG. Will even... will stunt that attack very quickly. Klismic, the last one, being able to take out the Maestro. Peeking the mirror. He's got people from 2 different angles. Just sees the top of the head. He's got potential here. He'll take out the mirror. 5 seconds left. He's got to look left. He does not look far enough left. Trisix being able to clutch that one out against Klismic. A good attempt to salvage that round by Klismic's unable to do so. Did not have the info on the bandit, and I'm just blown away by how quickly that went. Uncle and Hydra combining for 3 kills in a matter of about half a second. Completely shutting down that attack. Obviously, with information on the plant, I was surprised that Nemo had worked his way into the B site. And I guess I proved my point in saying there wasn't really a good time to push into that B site. Uncle and Hydra had the information that he was inside planting, and I think it was a good kill on the plant by Hydra, and a nice double kill there by Uncle. Potentially through that Maverick hole into 90's hallway. Finished off that round in favor of the defenders. So they will take the lead. Regime GG up 3-1. A switch from the Monty potentially. Paralysis, he's been maining that Monty all night. He's going to switch from the Monty onto the Dokebi. So Dokebi, Lion, Ying. They don't want anyone roaming this time. Sage Nova will have a rough time going up against 2 people trying to shut him down as we move back onto the statuary trophy site. A little bit of a different lineup this time from the defenders. They're going to change things up, maybe because they believe that the attackers of Decadence trying to adapt to what they had, making sure they keep the attackers guessing. No Maestro this time, and no heavy roamer in terms of a Vigil or a Caveira.
5 seconds to go.
The Valkyrie cams.
Attacker's objective is to defuse the
Decent
bomb.
cam right there underneath the desk. No IQ being run either, so they'll be definitely not easy to find. They're obviously still possible to find. That's a fairly exposed spot. But they will definitely be significantly harder. The Ying losing a lot of health. A nice spawn peek there from Sage Nova. However, he will lose a significant portion of his health as well. Reg Uncle. No one near. How do you lose health? He's got no one even near him. He's gonna be resetting his teammate. And Klismek not going for a reset yet. They might do that with a quick hop off the roof. Soon, some droning out of the site taking place. Sage Nova back up to 50. Valk cam being used to call out the drones. As pushing into the site. Or sorry, pushing into the bathroom. Where the attackers. Salter moves into walk-in. And Klismek and Linux maybe just waiting to move in. Legion mine, so Linux position in the bathroom will be called out. As Sage Nova's moved his way back to site. Wezzy Banks holding that with an ACOG, being able to take out one. Detected by the EE1D. However, with one kill onto Salt, he will take only a little bit of damage through that chair. And he's going to rotate all the way on back to site. A good pick on the Thatcher. And all of the defenders back up to full health. As Sage, or close to, as Sage Nova gets a heal from the dock. Aviator being taken over by the attackers. No flanks to worry about yet. Reg Uncle, as I say that, of course, will take out Paralysis. He will be taken out, however, by Linux. Linux losing a lot of his health. Going for the reload, he will take out Reg Uncle, and Nemo taking out Wezzy Banks from the same angle. Lion charge going off. Thermite will breach the astronomy room wall into Trophy. The EE1D will detect some of the defenders. They will rotate back down. At least Trisix will. Looking for a good flank. He's got Hydra. He's going to rotate back into bedroom. Sorry, he's not going to go for the flank. Linux has moved his way onto site. He'll be taken out by Trinix. Klismek will take out Trisix on the refrag. Klismek with only 25 health. Contesting the Legion as the plant goes down inside of Statuary. Ying will use her flashbang. Gets down by the Legion. It is all down to Nemo. Nemo losing the gunfight to Sage Nova, missing some important pistol shots. Sage Nova will finish off Klismek, and the defenders, with once again a very good retake, finish up their turn with a 4-1 lead.
Bomb defusing attempt failed. Defenders win.
So, once again, a little bit of a different attack strategy, or one that hasn't been seen yet from Decadence, pushing into the astronomy room site as opposed to taking Statuary, taking astronomy first, and pushing into the trophy room site. And it worked for them. They just were not watching flanks enough. Trisix being able to take out the Thatcher and take out half of the Lion's health just kind of kick-started that. And then a good retake on flanks from the defense blocks out that round 4-1 after the first half. However, now moving on to defense is Decadence Esports. No, they will bring out a mirror. Sorry, Vibe Paralysis will stick his castle, and Wezzy Banks switching from Zofia onto Maverick using their 6 picks. Pretty much a standard take, however, no Hibana from the attackers, and no Bandit, but no Bandit from the defenders, so those mirrors will be allowed to stay in place unless the thermite is somehow allowed all the way up into study without being contested. Salter setting up his mirrors. He'll have the... Oh, nope. He will be going for the corner mirrors. See that? It does vary from team to team. As Regime was running both outside walls, whereas Salter is running both inside walls for his mirrors. Maybe allowing... Well, they don't have that wall open, but it could allow an ACOG defender to kind of use that mirror and get an angle all the way back onto that study window from almost hunting vault. The attackers are going to be coming at this from the south side. That's also something that's very different. Making sure there's no one playing underneath. There isn't a pulse. However, there's still potential to worry about someone playing underneath. Linux and Kuzmic holding down 90s. Everyone else on site. Everyone on drone for the attackers. So this will be... This is an odd strategy, not going from the north. Regime seems... They seem to have it locked down. They are going to move all the way north, so that's a minute wasted already, and the attackers moving to the north side. The defenders just kind of have to sit there and wait. So yeah, now the attackers hopping on drones, kind of droning out this north side. A minute 10 already wasted by the attackers, and we'll just, I mean, yeah, they're all hopping on drones. This was not a very coordinated attack so far.
Bomb located by attackers.
And we'll be moving their way up towards 90's castle barricades. That's a well-placed one. We'll be halting their progress a little bit. And what was an already slow attack has been made even slower. Only a minute left, and no attacks onto the site have been made. Reginald will lose about half of his health from the castle, peaking him 90s. Wesley Banks will take out Linux. A nice prone kill there, as he will lose a lot of his health. By paralysis, holding his own in that 90s corner. As Kuzmic moves back onto site, he's looking at one. Misses his shots. However, Hydra with 30 seconds left and 9 people still alive. By paralysis is going to scoot his way back into the hallway. Salter will down and finish off Uncle as Nemo takes out Tristix. Sage Nova will take out Kuzmic. A down and finish onto paralysis. Salter taking out Wesley Banks. Nemo taking out Sage Nova. All... Jeez. All but 4 dying in the last about 30 seconds. Just not a very coordinated attack at all from the attackers, losing that one. And losing their lead. Or their lead will drop, sorry. To only 2 points. Just taking way too long, droning out sight and droning out below it, and then they moved all the way to the north side and only gave themselves a minute left to attack 90's hallway. So we'll see what kind of attack they have set up for Trophy Statuary. If it's anything as slow as that, then we might be looking at an overtime. Six pick from the mute onto the pulse, so Linux will likely be playing below sight, going for the plant denial We'll see if Regime GG is able to drone him out. He droned out below sight a lot last time, wasting a minute of the round doing so. We'll see if that actually pays off this time, however, in their roam clear of Linux. And first defending round for... Oh, jeez. Cut my throat. First defending round for Decadence. No roamers played, with the exception of holding 90s, which technically isn't a roam.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Just so 2 minutes
5 seconds remaining.
of Regime GG's time wasted completely.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Now they've only got lost 3 drones, that drone phase too, so they'll have less info to use. Linux is playing all the way downstairs, so if they try to clear him out, it could be successful. And now we've got a heavy roam game. Paralysis playing, and he's going to rotate back to the site, but Klizmic on the main stairs. Nemo in Astronomy. And Salter. Just a very, very loose defense now from Decadence. So they will find out the pulse in basement. Linux has been droned out. He's going to move his way up towards the main stairs. He will be largely ignored, however, as we'll see what kind of attack Regime has. It looks like it's just going to be a master push. As Linux has moved his way up, he's going to get droned out by Trisix. He will take out Twitch drone. Defender's just waiting. Once again, a slower attack here from Regime. Trying to pinch out the Pulse that they think is playing in there. Pulse has moved his way all the way to Library. So angles being held for no real quality reason, as they drone out Memorial. C is not there. Only a minute 20 left. The attack on the site has begun, with the attempted roam clear now being separate from the attack. Thermite charge will go out. Sage Nova will finally clear out Linux. Angles being held by the defenders, waiting for these attackers to make their money moves onto the site.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
A little bit of diffuser juggling.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Waiting for... That's one. Come out. Klizmic will take out Sage Nova. Salter will take out Ridge Hydra. Trisix has moved his way all the way in. Uncle with a refrag onto Salter. Paralysis. Uncle taking out Salter. Klizmic taking out Uncle. All down to the Ying as Nemo finishes off Trisix. Attacker is just unable to win gunfights. Peeking that at just the wrong time. The Jaeger will be downed. Damage being taken from the Maestro cam. And good positioning from the defenders. Klizmic taking out Wezzy Banks, finishing that one off for the defenders 3-4. Regime maintaining their lead but losing it quickly. I'd like to remind everyone that there will be absolutely no toxicity tolerated in the chat. We are all a bunch of classy fellows, and we would like it to remain that way. We do not want any of this toxicity attempting to drag these players down, as this is the highest level of competitive play on Xbox. Going down to the dining room and kitchen site now is Decadence, with a little bit of an advantage, having won one of their attacking rounds. It is down to Regime GG. Try and win this on defense, or win this on attack. Being able to crack the defense is their task. Sixth pick from Frost onto the Legion, so one trap up onto the other, and Trisix will bring out the Ying once again. I'm hearing Trast. All right. Trast is what he wants to go by. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I do not like the random throwing of X's into names. Big oof right there. So, kitchen being defended, and more attention being paid to Memorial Hall immediately than was paid to it by Regime. Decadence sets this up. They will be bringing the mirror along, and I think that is what made the difference in the defending round for Regime, is the fact that they did not have a mirror playing that Memorial Hall and playing that small closet right there.
10 seconds left.
It is a significantly tougher hold without a Mira,
5 seconds left before insertion.
or I guess without a Maestro. A Maestro
Attackers recover
is
the
a
bomb
decent
Attackers
decent
detected.
replacement.
Defuse a bomb.
They will be bringing the castle along as well, and we've got a Twitch drone going towards that Mira. We'll be able to pop it, moving underneath the feet of Vibe Paralysis. So one Mira will be wasted, as Salter has used his other one already. Already put that thing. Oh, he put that facing into kitchen. From
Attackers recover the diffuser.
B site, or from A site, sorry. Whew. Attackers moving quicker than they have. Once again, they seem to have adjusted from the first couple rounds, separating the roam clear. They've moved their way up significantly closer to the site than they have last time. Uncle is going to come close to Paralysis. Seeing the Legion, taking some shots at his shoulder, but Paralysis, even though he loses most of his life, will be able to take out Uncle, throwing down his Legion mines, continuing this Memorial Hall hold.
Just a little prick.
Trying to flush him out. The Lion and the Twitch. We'll find him as one Thermite charge will push Paralysis all the way back into sight. A Yang. All three Candelas being used, so we're gonna have a heavy push real quick. Trisix will take out Salter. Nemo will get a team kill onto Paralysis. The down as Klizmic will take out Trisix. However, the castle is down. Klizmic will take out Hydra as well. It is all down to Sage Nova. He'll have a 1v2. His position will be notified by the Legion Mine, taking some wallbang shots at the Jaeger. The castle is down for good. No possible way to revive him. Sage Nova, with 50 seconds left on the clock, still has plenty of time. He doesn't quite know that that's the Jaeger down. Come on. Come on, Ubisoft. My ping was 40. I have a wired connection. Ubisoft, man. Ubisoft. Can we get some Fs in the chat? Jeez. Oh my goodness, dude. Ubisoft just does not want me in the game. Y'all can see my ping in the bottom left corner. It's 43, and I have a wired connection. Ubisoft just does not want me spectating this game. Moving on to round 9. Maybe. Everyone tweet at Ubisoft support right now. Tell them this is ridiculous. So the attackers, or sorry, the defenders, finishing off that round. Decadence being able to take out the Twitch in the 2v1. Evening this one out to 4-4. Defenders now, Decadence with a heavy advantage, having won one of their attacks. All they have to do is hold this out for the overtime. Paralysis will switch onto the Mira, as they are allowed to move back up to the Aviator Games site, the preferred site for all teams. We'll see if there's a different attack strategy now from Regime, or at least a more hurried one from Regime. They had a decent strategy the last time, pushing that back site. However, pushing the back of site, going for that 90s hallway, trying to take out that wall, and I believe they're trying to take out the billiards wall as well. But it didn't happen because they spent the first minute on drones, the second minute moving their way all the way up to 90s hallway, and the last minute getting killed while trying to progress past 90s hallway. So we'll see if they clean this defense up, or clean this attack up a little bit more. Paralysis is going to switch up his mirror placements this time. He played on the insides previously. He's going to be playing on the two outer sides of that little corner between Games and Aviator. Droning out. Yep, they've split up the drone game significantly now. You can see Supernova contesting, but Hydra and Trist being pushing below site, making sure they clear out any roamers down there. There are none. And Uncle and Wezzy Banks clearing out the north side of the map. The only two left, there are no roamers. The same positioning, this time Linux bringing as a Twitch drone will pop the Mira facing the balcony. That will give Blackbeard something to look at. Once again, this time Linux will bring the ACOG to dock as opposed to Castle, as Reg Uncle will be able to take out Salter in sight. However, Linux has the angle on him, waiting for an attacker to push up. A nice headshot onto the Thermite. That's a lot of utility gone in Wezzy Banks. Some shots being taken too at the Thatcher. Reg Uncle taking some return shots, trying to get a good crossfire there as Nemo moves up a little bit, trying to distract this Thatcher, missing some shots as Nemo will take out Reg Uncle. That is the Thatcher. These attackers falling apart a little bit. Hydra's still going from below, as well as Trist, covering him. The Mira has lost a lot of health, however, she has moved up in a 90s hallway. Klizmic will take out Hydra, trying to push up the stairs, was the buck. Sage Nova still with the Blackbeard on the balcony. Trist will be repositioning himself. 1 minute remaining for the attackers, and a 2v4 onto an already fairly easily defendable site will be a big challenge for Regime GG. Klizmic peeking the popped Mira and the Blackbeard of Sage Nova, as Trist will hop onto his drone, making sure he is clear up to 90s. Just not being able to see the man playing inside of hallway is Sage Nova, just repositioning himself onto these balconies. 20 seconds left. Trist will begin to move up. Linux still playing in 90s.
15 seconds left.
15 seconds now. As Sage Nova being forced to move up. He will get hit to a goo mine. Linux will take out Trist of a paralysis. Will Nitro Sage Nova. And that one will increase the Decadence lead 5-4. They just have to lock out one more defense of the trophy statuary site. Every single defense being won except for one, and so far that is the difference. Decadence with the lead and the potential to lock this one out. Regime GG will have to win their first attack to force this game to overtime. Regime will likely push this attack along a little bit faster. The last round they had a good speed to their attack. They just lost gunfights. They didn't have enough manpower to hold multiple angles at once. And just some good picks there from the defenders. Good gunfights won. And not enough drone work done on that 90s hallway or the site. As Linux will switch from Pulse onto Vigil. And Wesley Banks will bring Thatcher as opposed to the Blackbeard. Needing one to counter the Bandit of Salter. There is the scoreboard for you real quick. Both teams fairly even in kills. However, Decadence just being able to win all of their defensive rounds so far and picking up that attack onto the kitchen without a Mira brought out by Regime could be the difference in this match. So we'll see what kind of setup the attackers have.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
So they're going to go once again from the north side. Monty's actually going to come in from the south side. Maybe they're going to split up for the roam clear. Linux on cams, waiting to see if he can get an angle onto the balcony. Sage Nova's watching that door. Sage Nova will stop watching that door. Linux just waiting there. Has the potential to get a kill onto the Monty. However, he has no way of knowing and will be unable to pounce on the opportunity. Once again, just a bedroom push coming from Regime. Nemo in Astronomy behind boxes could be a good counter, and he will be a tough flush for the attackers. Trist will hop his way in, having some assistance from his teammates and the drones. Hydra will be going to hit this wall. A good bandit trick by Salter. Not really expecting that were the attackers, and one line charge is going to be wasted. Salter hearing that one on the complete wrong wall, plus a well-timed Thatcher charge, will be able to take out his bandit wire regardless. Wesley Banks waiting for anyone to peek. Sage Nova has got that angle. The bandit has moved his way all the way back into trophy. No one holding angles quickly from the attackers allowed Salter to reposition himself. Wesley Banks watched the head of the bandit. A good kill by Salter as the Ying charges will come out, blinding the bandit. And Trist has been downed by the bandit. However, no way of knowing that. Nemo will take out Reg Uncle being detected. And the Monty doesn't have a shield up. He's going to lose a lot of health. Salter will take out Trist, Hydra, and Sage Nova, the last two attackers. The Monty will be down. A good crossfire. Linux will finish him off, all down to Hydra. Hydra will take out Salter. However, a good crossfire. Klizmic will lock out that round 6-4. Decadence esports. One attacking round being the difference in this match. Congratulations to Decadence winning out the first Week 2 stream. Klizmic leading his team with 10 kills. Once again, good game to both teams. Decadence winning out that game 6-4. Remember, both teams to take screenshots on Xbox of your scorecards and submit those so we can get the website updated with all your wonderful, wonderful stats. We will have that updated. Main admin, as you all know, is on vacation, so we'll have that updated as soon as possible. Once again, thank you to the Salty Gamers for your sponsorship. You'll give them a follow on Instagram and Twitter. Again, we have the R6 Royale coming up December 15th. That is a $1,000 prize pot, $20 per player or $100 per team to enter. We start at 12 noon Eastern time, and it is a winner-take-all one-day tournament. The spots are full, but that will be a long, long live stream as we have plenty of games to get to. 16 teams enter. One will come out. We have our Wednesday night stream, I believe, is a rematch of the fall season finals. Quacked Esports will be taking on Unknown Wednesday night at 9. And finally, we have a double stream starting at 8:30 this upcoming Friday. 8:30 will be the first game, and the second game will be at 10, the regularly scheduled time. I believe that is Brotherhood versus Talon, I believe is 8:30. And Intoxicated versus Alpha Shot will be the 10 o'clock game. Thank you all for so much for watching the Rainbow Six Pro League on Xbox. Once again, the #1 destination for Rainbow Six Esports on Xbox. Signing off until Wednesday, I'm Jonathan Ross. I will see you guys then.